best things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another Big 12 foe, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Sooners will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will get first crack at it today. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. And the Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Got it behind the line. It's James. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. So Oklahoma's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And guys, as this year has gone on, it has become harder and harder to ignore the excellence that this quarterback is putting out there each and every week.
Well, the secret's out now, and I think at the start of the year, everybody knew this guy was talented. They wanted to see if he could be consistent, though, and David, he's been that through the first half of the season. So now he's got the target on his back. He's got to elevate his play because everybody knows he's what makes this offense go.
But he's got to do...
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack. And the Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a gap. It's Tatum. Past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they're going to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Sategna. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Grab near the marker. It's Sategna. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Breaks into the open. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Sooners have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to throw. It's Hawkins. Working the middle, it's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeps looking downfield. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooners. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes a move. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Got a man, it's Sategna. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Caught over the middle. It's Sategna. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for space. It's Hunt. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It's first down from the 11. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sategna. They'll get it down to the 8-yard. On that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14, TCU, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. Finds a little space. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
That's caught. It's Ezukama. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They're dealing with a second and long. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Finds his man. It's Kearney. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
The screen, he can go. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Pulls it in, it's Tatum. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Sategna. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And this guy has been putting up huge video game type stat numbers each and every week. Threw for over 300 yards last week. He's putting up another monster game today. Late in the year when you know Heisman voters are watching, this guy wants to bring the Heisman Trophy home.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Might be calling a hot route. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Got it! They will score! Touchdown Sooners! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it.
21, TCU 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, David.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Leaves it with the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
When you're a defensive lineman, you're trying to get underneath the offensive lineman as fast as possible, to dive in there and create like a pile in the backfield where the quarterback can't move his feet.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires to the tight end. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. And they are getting elite play from their quarterback. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. Steps away. He's going to take off. Quick step and go. At the 45, on his way. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Back to throw. It's Hawkins. Got his man down the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
They get to him as he throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, the inside give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And he has had this offense clicking on all cylinders the entire game. He's guided this offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Pulls it and fires to the left.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Might be looking to run. Makes the catch. It's Kearney. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Gibson. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw again. Buying some time. All kinds of time before he fires right. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range, had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The decision to go for it does not pan out. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Smith wants to throw. Got his man on the right. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Pocket breaking down. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack?
A loss of 8 yards on the play. It's now 4th and goal.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
That's the end of the first half.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, back to Amon G. Carter Stadium and our outstanding broadcast team.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Horned Frogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Right on the money. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Sategna. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the
This linebacker is all over the field in run support. When they throw the football, though, man, does he have great vision, and he breaks on the football. Look at him using the hands. He had 2 a week ago.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got his man. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Got it in the middle. It's Sategna. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes, and when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch and got some positive yards.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Sategna. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
To the air, it's Hawkins. He wants it all. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Firing to the right, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ezukama. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Got it in the middle. It's Kearney. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Under fire. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. From the gun, the ground game.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Field goal is good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Makes the catch. It's Sategna. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. That's reeled in, it's Sategna. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to muscle their way forward on third and short from the 29. Quarterback making checks. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Sategna. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Sategna. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Sooners come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. The give to the tailback. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run play action. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. That's caught. It's Palmer.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. Third down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. And that's exactly what happened. Now setting up fourth down.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment.
There he goes. Smashes through the tackle.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Going to try to get it himself. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
Quick completion on the out. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Gives it on the option. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Moves around to clear up the vision. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on first down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout, make sure your guys have their minds right.
And he'll be brought down.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And the Horned Frogs backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. Open space at the 25. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Third down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the rush will get to him at the 25. That defensive lineman just smelled pass on that play, and he got in the backfield and sacked the quarterback.
And that's why they get paid the big bucks. Defensive linemen, they got to play the run, be physical. But, man, when
he tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
The Sooners have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Calls his own number. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback keeper. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off play action on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him up.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's picked off, and another empty drive. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Caught over the middle, it's Carry-On. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100-touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
Oh, he's going to remember that one for sure, man. He did a nice job getting outside the pocket, but at that point now, he's got to be on high alert. He knows this defense is going to be coming flying at him. He'll be doing a better job sliding or running out of bounds the next time that happens in this game. I guarantee you that.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs, really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a third down situation where you had to throw the football.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Snagged in the middle, it's Lee. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll pull it down. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Here comes the heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left. The Horned Frogs send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. And this sophomore behind center has been really impressive so far. And the QB has more than had his way, just lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Grease, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is.
There he goes! Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Back to pass. It's Hawkins. Throws for the tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Laramie, Wyoming, in one of the highest elevations you will find in all of college football. And it is home to the Wyoming Cowboys, and they have a taste for the spicy brown mustard. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Florida International Panthers, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Wyoming Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Cowboys will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Going to the ground. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
It's not the elevation giving you shortness of breath. This crowd alive to try to help the Cowboys. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a first down for FIU.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
To the ground, he's got it again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Dawson.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
The Panthers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Using the quick game. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Panthers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Flips it out on the screen. Got room at the 35. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration, so my running back can fall forward. Just
time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback has
intercepted. Got room on the return. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Caught in the backfield, it's Payne. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
2nd down coming up. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Breaks into the open. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver comes in motion. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Touchdown, FIU. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this opening play, first snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Jenkins. Working on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Finds his man. It's Owens.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
The elevation isn't the only thing to worry about up here. This crowd making its presence felt on third down. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a first down for FIU.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Motion from the wideout. They'll give it to him again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
The sure hands, it's Perry. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Catch in the middle, it's Perry. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Lost to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble, but doesn't do them a lot of good as it was 4th down and they'll give up the ball. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Wyoming takes over the football and the Cowboy offense on its way out. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Gonna swing it on second down. Got a man. It's Holman. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Caught behind the line. It's Sargent. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And I don't know if he made the right decision there or not. You could tell he could have given the football to the running back, but he chose to keep it, and it just got strung out down the right side and nowhere to go. I tell you what, better defense than bad decision-making by that quarterback.
Anderson will throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. On the move, it's Owens. Turning it on. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Still on his feet. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International.
Man, what a nice touchdown run. And this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Anderson wants to throw. That's caught. It's Sargent. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Cowboys come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game, and we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Now the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Staten. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Payne. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
FIU trying to pick up the first. It's 4th down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Staten. Touchdown, Panthers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. A little floater there that falls incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Power football with the run. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Cowboys come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. With the catch, it's Scott. Smashes him with the stiff arm. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46. And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Anderson will throw. Got it in the middle. It's Sargent. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, and then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
They just keep firing. Fires to the big fella. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds. The Cowboys with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Hand off from the shotgun. Running through contact. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Quarterback on the keeper. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. We got a tie. Here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Pressure coming. Caught over the middle. It's Perry. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the offense is trying to attack the middle of the field. They're looking to hit that in route, but really good coverage there by the defense.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. The short hands, it's Perry. How about that defense rising? Stopping him short on 4th down. 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime.
Let's go!
Anderson wants to throw. Here's a heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Oh, the ball's out on the return. Corralled by the kicking team. Mascot for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which they seemingly without effort glide through the air. Well, there'll be plenty of effort in this one because when 2 birds get together and start clawing at each other, feathers are bound to fly. Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see a team from the American, the Temple Owls, taking on a fellow opponent from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. the give to the back. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. The first play does nothing.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Simon. Forced out of the pocket. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert.
Yeah, and 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's got it on the right. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
You've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
This Temple offense putting together a nice drive. To the air, it's Simon. Quickly to the tight end. Finding an escape route. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Sets up the screen. There he goes. Lowers those pads. He stopped short of the sticks. They tried to pick it up with the screen, but they'll be facing a 4th down. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the 1st down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on 1st down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. 3 seconds left on the clock. Just enough time to squeeze out one more play here in the 1st. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
He's tackled at the 27. Offense facing 4th down.
So we're scoreless. Their 1st drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Man, 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll try the run. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Irvin. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Makes the grab. It's Collins. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
It's a scoreless game, but it feels like after that completion, that may finally break. It's been tough sledding for both of these offenses. That time, they had the matchup they wanted. They took the shot. Really nice throw. Maybe that's the play that generates the first points of this game.
Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Sends it back in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Florida Atlantic comes to the line on first and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
You get down here on this part of the field, and the field shrinks so much. You play so aggressive, and you're playing all eyeballs on the run, and a nice sleight of hand by the offense. Bring out the play action. He hits his guy right behind where the guys are supposed to be. They come up to play the run, out of position, touchdown for the offense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for a man, it's Simon. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Wants to fire on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Florida Atlantic races to the line. It's complete to the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Got it in stride inside the 20. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking downfield, it's Simon. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, they're trying to hit the slant, right? That's a bang-bang type play. It's got to happen fast. Good throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with the catch.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab on the right. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the second half underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Messer. Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Sands. Still running at the 40. Running free. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. To throw, it's Simon. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
He wants to change this route. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He'll get rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Got his man quickly. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Motion from the wide receiver. They're going to go right back to him on first down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. Third quarter, you got lots of time, but you need to throw the football.
Turning it on! Corralled and brought down by the defense.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
Is incomplete. And that's good enough for a first down.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Simon. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. These corners going to give them some space. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Irvin. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. And guys, Florida Atlantic is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll run the sneak for it. That's a live ball. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Irvin. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Got the quick completion. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They want that clock to run. And it looks as if Florida Atlantic will have enough for the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll ride the hot hand. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. A little trickeration looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash.
And you can draw these up on paper all you want, but executing them is such a different level. It's different guys doing different things that you've asked them to do. And right there, misfire on the pass, and this defense now sets their offense up with good field position.
Bringing the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He's got him this time. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to correct.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Owls. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce.
Lasso! Griffin!
Looking for a man. It's Simon. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
That keeps the score. Florida Atlantic 21, Temple 6.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be... Oh, it's a fumble. No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the route is on. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, This game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
How about this? These guys are going for two. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Wants to throw. It's Simon. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab inside the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Temple!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense trying to take it back.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Going right to work up top. Finds his big tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
Finds a tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout called by the defense, 13 seconds to go.
Timeout, Florida Atlantic.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Defense not showing press coverage. Back to pass, it's Simon. Rushes on him. He's going to run it. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches.